And everything is now alive. There's the menu. Yeah, I started this mission yesterday. I can't remember which one it is. It's in the footsteps of monsters. It's a submission. So it's Shadow Play. I do believe I have to head towards the planet. I think that's what they said at the start. Yep, set course for the planet. But scan the debris first. Okay. Marty's just asked me in our Armada chat, what part of Rick is tiny? All of him. Yeah, it is clickbait. Right, where was that other patch? Right, let's go, there we go, straight to the planet. Yay! I'm just laughing at the little bit down here in Armada chat where Bambuza said he's clicked it and now he's on a porn site. What links do you posted in there, Martin?
It's just you, man.
Right, so this is one of those missions where we come in peace, but we still have to kill everything. Okay, this is one of my newish tunes. Well, I say newish, he's about half a year old. I just haven't bothered playing him. Probably the closest I could get to making a tiny Rick. We did have a Council of Ricks fleet, which disappeared. And I don't think I've got the controller configured on this one. Right, give me a second, just to load the fine file. It's quite simple, this one. It's called ground. Yep, definitely called ground.
Oh, I'm gonna get reported.
For what?
Just the deterioration of Armada chat right now.
Hold on, let me have a look at this. What's going on? Oh dear.
If they're gonna lob them over the plate like that, man, I'm gonna swing at it.
These things aren't flapping their wings enough to actually fly. I've got to scan this one. Where is it? It's around here somewhere. Let me just zoom into the mini map and I can see a bit better. Looks like it's here somewhere. Oh, there we go. It's not up there. Well and truly camouflaged for my eyes. Let's head to the next one. Oh, run into a big lump of masonry. Yay! Okay, so it looks like the Romulans did this from orbit. I suppose if you're going to do an orbital death strike, the best place to do it is from orbit. I have to go the long way around. Over here, get some of these flying things. I'm pretty sure I knew somebody once called Khaled. But they didn't fly like that. They didn't spit acid at you. You can't get around that way. Let's see what's over there. Used to be able to jump over there ages ago. Where's that other body? Where is it? There it is. Disintegrated body, I think this one is. No, it's not. Completely different map. Right, activate the console. It's all the way over there. Where I've just come from. I also love the way the little characters run. They're just hilarious. Oh, it's in there, isn't it? Run the wrong way.
Citizens of the Empire, it is with great sorrow that I report the destruction of our colony in the Virinat system by the terrorist insurgents known as the Romulan Republic. I believe most of the residents of Virinat were loyal subjects of the Empire who were unaware of the terrorist cell hidden amongst their homes and families. Their deaths are a tragedy. When the Tal Shiar attempted to remove the insurrectionists and save Virinat and its people, the Romulan Republic destroyed the entire colony rather than submit to the lawful authority of my forces. I grieve for the loss of innocent life. Rest assured that those responsible will be found and punished for their crimes against the Romulan people. Virinat will not be forgotten.
Do you think Denise Crosby did some good voice acting in this bit?
Which person is that?
Tasha Yar, Emperor Sealer.
Ah.
I mean, they changed her face a little bit. And I myself don't think that the alterations they've made look that much like her. And it was around the time they were talking about who actually owned the rights to the portrayal of the image of the character. And there was a load of controversy about who actually owned the image of Spock, whether it was Leonard Nimoy. I think in the end it came down on the side of the actor, which is why there was rumours that things were changed. Whether that is the case, don't know.
Controversy over who owned the image of Spock, the actor versus the studio?
Yes. So the actual way that the face looked, it ended up being it because it was the actual physical face of the actor. Although I suppose with certain amount of prosthetics, they could say they owned it.
Yeah, it seems to me like one of those things that could get tough to define, because there's clearly the, in the spirit of things, right? There's the character of Spock is owned by, the license holder.
Yep.
But if just Leonard Nimoy's face, obviously he should own that, but that doesn't mean that he should be able to go be Spock, um, on some other network show.
Yeah, and it was around the time I think it all started over on Reddit ages ago. They were talking about having a Commander Data and why wasn't he included in the game.
Warning, ship is under attack.
I didn't mean to push that one. I have to evasive maneuvers in there now, just to get a bit faster. Take a while to destroy this command ship at this rate.
Hull integrity below 75%. Hull integrity below 50%. Target's shields have failed. Hull integrity below 25%.
It's one of those ones where I have to quickly run away in a minute and try and heal. Those torpedoes are going to hurt. Where's my hills gone? Where's my engineering team? Only emergency power shell's going to change that. What have I got? Oh, that's why, because he doesn't have that ability. So this is going to take a long, long time. I should have trained that to him before. The easiest way is to go and pick them off from the outside.
Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed. Target's shields have failed.
I don't need to get these. I'm just getting these now for the XP.
On behalf of the Romulan Republic, thank you for your assistance today. You have saved our new world from destruction. We cannot begin to repay these deeds you have performed today, but know that your names will go down in history.
Yeah, that's that one done. And there we have a good old-fashioned DC from Stowe. Yay! Always does it, map moving. Right, there we go. Let's have that one in. There's only two of us watching, Martin. That's me and you, probably. And it might even be Sweffertles. How can I get good gear on max level? Okay. Good question.
And they are the Tal Shar's new allies. From what you found
Loads of ways of getting. I mean,
and what they tried to
what
do
do you
at
class as
Nexus,
max gear?
I'd say that whatever they're
Maximum
doing
the game's
is
going
not
to
in
give you
our
is,
best interests. Alt,
it's what,
from
Mark
what you found
12, isn't it?
here and
Mark
all,
13
and what they
occasionally on a
tried to
drop.
do at New Romulus, I'd say that whatever they're doing, it's not in our best interest.
I think he was asking, at given that he is at max level,
Ah,
65, how can he get good gear? Unless he means, but I could see how you could.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be either one. Needs clarification. Do you mean how do you get gear that is good when you are at level 65, or how do you get good gear at Mark 15, which is the maximum level of gear? That's the bird. That's my bird, by the way.
Yay.
Yay, bird! Streaming bird.
Yep. That's next week's stream. Bird's actually playing Stowe. Well, there's loads of places you can get your gear from. I mean, obviously it depends, what level of damage you want to do and how in depth you want to go. But for average player that just wants to get through, play the game, enjoy content, and is not really worried about doing too much damage in game, just being able to destroy things. Fleet is a very, very good resource for your gear, and also there's no reason why you just can't buy your weapon type off of the exchange, and with some dilithium and some upgrades you can take them all the way to whatever level you desire, and you can change the modifiers on to suit what you want to do. So if you want to do a nice lot of damage, you just go and buy weapons like phasers, disruptors, anti-proton beams, Tetra, whichever, and just re-engineer them so as they've got all crit D mods on, and those even with a set of just Mark 12 to Mark 14, Mark 15. They don't have to be epic, as long as they're very rare, ultra rare. Tactical consoles. They'll do you proud. They will put you a little bit ahead of most of the average players in game, and you'll find content will just go a little bit easier. But yeah, get yourself into a good fleet as well.
And level your rep for sure.
Most definitely.
Regardless of what your desired, what it is that you're trying to get out of your tune, whether it's maximum damage or you're trying to add survivability or whatever, you're going to want access to reputation.
And on top of that as well, now the new endeavors, because they do give some nice bonuses. So I've been noticing that a lot of the guys that are playing TAC, they've all hit a lot of, or a reasonable amount of crit chance improvement. Either that severity as well. I tend to play a Psi, and I've noticed I'm getting more resistances. So a lot of mine tend to be resistance orientated. Yeah, and the other thing as well is, I mean, if you're on a decent in a good fleet where communications is good and you've got a few people that know what they're doing and know how to play the game, don't be afraid to ask questions. If not, there's plenty of places where you can get the information. You can always jump back here and shout at someone. But let's go back to Tiny Rick and collect this reward. Let's see what we can get. See, now another thing you can also do is if you like a weapon type, there's certain maps where you can get weapons that you can't normally get from lockboxes, like piercing Tetrion and plasma infused disruptors. Things like that, you can pick them up from certain missions. There's no reason why you can't go back and play that mission and pick up a second, a third, a fourth, and equip a whole lot. I'd done it with the twin auto-leveling phasers that were blue that you pick up from one of the missions. I think it's from the series where you go to Druzana into the sub-basements, the everything old is new bit, the Bonnikin storyline. I'm sure you pick it up from somewhere in amongst that lot. And I went back and done it several times so as I could have a complete set of matching original series blue phasers firing from a Constitution class. So I mean, you can go to that level with it, and if you do the right mods on them, they do perform really, really well. I really think I'm actually using anti-proton. I crafted the weapons and put them over to this too, apart from the torpedo. So there's a torp there. I'm going to take that.
I have new missions for you. The cause of the supernova. I have new missions for.
Let's swap that torp over. I do also believe that these need one more upgrade.
Speaking of the streaming bird, I do believe she wants to take her Sunday bath, so I will be back in 5 to 10.
No problem. As you can see, these are already saying upgrade item. When I crafted these, I sent over enough dilithium and the crafting material so I could put on the superior at Mark II, and now they stay for the life. I think it's up to about Mark 10. I can just keep upgrading them on the Toon so they can travel with them all the way. So I'll just get on and do the rest of these. In fact, no, I didn't do it on these ones. It was one of the other Toons I did. I'm looking at the amount of XP they've got. Right, there we go. Yeah, it's quite easy to lose track of what's on what Toon and where. I do believe that there's a shadow watching as well. Right, let's see if I can do these as well. Yep. I don't think I could do this deflector because I only crafted this the other day. Oh, I can. Excellent. At this rate, I should actually develop my own autocorrect. Oh, I have to get some upgrades for that one. next one is off we go. In fact, no, we won't. We'll go to a space dock first. And we'll pick up a copy of Engineering Team. And we'll also pick up Hazard Emitters while I'm there as well. Now, of course, if you are looking for a fleet and you want to learn how to do things, give us a shout. And we can hook you up with an invite to Temple Operations or Temple Operations Gamma. Right, so I need to get some EC because I don't have any. We can soon rectify that. I'm going to drop that one on the back of the ship. Yes, there we go. So there's the piercing Tetrion cannons that I was talking about. I can go back and I can do that mission, and I can pick up several copies of these. But I'm still going to discard them anyway, just for the infantry space later on. So I've got loads of things here that I can use later on. Hi, Zena. Right, so I do believe I have to do some promoting here. I think that's as high as he can go. Or can he? That's that. There, he can go up. There we go. I think he's got one more left in him. Yeah, there we go. Shows you how lazy I've been on this tune. That's the final one, I think. Yep, that's it. So as I was saying, equally, if you want to learn how to build your ships, play the game, can always join one of the temporal fleets, but we've got plenty of other fleets in our armada that you can join. So if you recognise any of those names, and you're looking for a new home, just drop me an in-game message. My handle is @Krildarn, KRILLDARN. Looks something sort of like that. And I'm sure we can hook you up with one of the leaders of the fleets, and they can throw you an invite out as soon as they're online. But let's carry on promoting these officers. One more. Eventually, a good thing to do is to actually give your toons all of the skills that you're going to need. I mean, the lower levels you tend to use more like the lieutenant, and the ensign levels tend to be your science team and has limiters. The top levels, eventually this will be Gravel 3. The toon will be able to train it, and then this character will have that there. So you tend to put your higher, more powerful skills there, obviously. Yeah, Martin's AFK at the moment. Now he's gone to spend some time with his bird. It was singing away on stream. So I've got a spare science team there now by the look of it. Brilliant. Change that to an engineering team, and I finally got the whole hill that I needed. Also acts as a cleanse as well. I think I'm also going to change some of these skills here. Let's have hazard limiters. And I'm going to move engineering team to that button just there. Alright, now we do terrace. Now we do tend to get held a lot by the Lisette. It's I think it's obviously the Romulan flagship.
I heard about how you got your first command. Well done. Not every officer could have stood up to the Borg like you did. Agents working for the Romulan Republic have recovered definite proof that Taurus, or persons working for Taurus, were responsible for the Hobus supernova that destroyed the homeworld. Our agent spoke to Taurus. She claimed that she was deceived by Hakiv. But that does not excuse her culpability in the destruction of 2 inhabited worlds and the deaths of millions.
So layers of
Our
people have done
agent,
the
Taurus cannot be allowed
walkthroughs
to
on these.
commit
I've played
the
these
great
missions
crime
several
with an
times.
intent to fix her mistake. My intelligence officer, Lieutenant
Greetings. I am Lieutenant Gaius Salon of the Romulan Republic. The Hobus system is the origin point of the supernova and subsequent subspace the direct approach.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I've just received emergency orders from...
Right, there we go. Let's head over this way.
I am detecting some very rare minerals in the system, as well as the presence of protomatter. It is possible that Taurus used the materials here to construct her weapon.
Forgot that was a scan of this one. There we go. Reman ships decloaking. No!
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
You see there's a plasma torpedo stuck just there under the asteroid. Thought we would have destroyed the asteroid, but no.
As I suspected, the materials are all here. Our agent located Taurus on planetary fragment Gamma. We should continue our search there.
Right, scan the shield at the planetary fragment Gamma. There it is.
Your presence here is a violation of the quarantines established by at least 3 sovereign. I serve the Romulan Star Empire and its true leader, Taurus. That is the only authorization I require.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Elbacco.
Welcome back, Martin.
One who will approach to
Thank you.
investigate further.
Neil said hello to you in streaming chat. Xena.
What up, Neil?
What happened here? We were attacked by Starfleet Saboteurs. They appear to have fled.
Interesting. This is exactly.
So I just jumped into the mission Taris with Tiny Rick. I do need to get more levels on him.
Federation ship. I am Commander Shanclado of the Riemann starship Intraku. Your presence here, that is unfortunate, Starfleet. Our conflict...
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shield has failed.
One of the most common things that I get from new players in the game, especially when they join the fleet at a low level, is they get stuck on missions. And alright, yeah, I exploded once in the last mission because I didn't have engineering team. I forgot to put it on there. But if you equip your toon with a decent set of weapons, or someone in fleet can help you out with a nice set of crafted Mark II purple gear, and like I've done there with a little bit of upgrading as you go through, you don't have any problems at all with being on either in space or on the ground. And I would admit I do have a Lobi weapon on this toon. He is using the Sphere Builder Repulsor Anti-Proton weapon. It's quite a nice little thing. Oh look, they're all shooting. Let's just give you a cutscene, and when you come back your character's dead. That's not that bad.
Enemy targets on sensor. Personal shield losing power.
They.
I think one of the funniest things is with the little characters, trying to get them to actually access some of the consoles. You actually have to sometimes jump up onto it.
It has been decades, and I still find Haki's betrayal difficult to accept. And now, those pathetic refugees from the Republic have told the entire quadrant that I am responsible for the destruction of Romulus. The Iconians can restore all that is lost. I know it. I just need to make them see that I am worthy. The Dark Masters have responded to my pleas for assistance with dread silence. My only
I'll try and remember the next one. Try and remember the sequence. No. Now we can go through.
Personal shield losing power.
So that's what I find the best tactic for Star Trek, especially on the ground. Run round your circles and fire your weapon. Probably should know there's enemy here. I don't see them.
It sounded like a euphemism to me.
What's that?
Running around in circles and firing your weapon.
Yep. Alright, still more to shoot yet. Got to do Taris first. That even sounds wrong, doesn't it?
You know,
Don't have any hypos on here.
just fire your weapon.
Come on, wake up. And you. Of course, they couldn't put a respawn point right outside this door, could they? Now we have to go talk to her.
Enough. You have won. And in winning, you have doomed the Romulan people. They were not my crimes. I was betrayed by Hakim. And now those crimes will never be undone. I hope you realize that in stopping me, you have doomed billions of Romulans.
Before we leave, may I suggest we look for evidence of the materials we discovered at Hobus?
Right, now I can. No, it's not allowing the, let's click it with the mouse. No, it's not allowing me to interact with these. Try this one. No. One of it's a bit glitchy, it's going to make you do them in order. Still can't interact with that center console yet, even though it's offering it to me. When I first played this mission, I kept thinking there was something wrong with my computer audio, and as you can hear, there's that clicking, and it's always in this mission. So it's either an inbuilt sound or something, or it's a fault with the audio. And I spent ages first time around trying to find it. So whatever that interact with the gateway does, I have no idea. I've never been able to pop it. I've tried it at various stages through that part of the mission, and it's always the same. It just sits there being, look, you can click me, but nothing happens. Woohoo! Scimitar. Just what I need.
How nice to see you again. I feel like we are becoming old friends. I will admit that, but you played the pawn perfectly. I could not have asked for a more obedient tool.
And now's it. Talk to everyone.
Some assistance with the prisoner transport. Good thing we brought some back.
Taurus is wanted by the Romulan Star Empire for high treason and war crimes against the Romulan people. The Empire is the legitimate government.
Go for that one.
Are a disappointment. Nevertheless, you did remove Taurus from the game, and for that I am grateful. Consider your decisions more carefully the next time we meet.
There you go. And we kept Taurus. We're not going to give her over to Sailor this time.
Prisoner transfer successful. Taurus is safely secured in the brig. Do you have any idea where they went?
So that's the precursor for a mission a little bit later on. So
Looks like we missed all
you'll
the
find out where
assignments,
they went
but
if you
I
haven't
did
played. I
well
won't give
during
any
the
spoilers.
progress. On behalf of the Romulan Republic, I would like.
We have much to consider. If the destruction of the Romulan homeworld was a deliberate act, not only was it mass murder, but that one event has been a major cause of the destabilization of the Quadrant over the past 40 years, not to mention the light that it casts on the internal struggles of the Romulan people.
There we go. That's level 34. Yay!
The fledgling Romulan Republic has requested our help.
Right, well, unfortunately, Tiny Rick has to disappear for now, mainly because it's food time here where I am, and I'm going to start getting some things ready for dinner. But I will hopefully try and get back on there a little bit later on. And all those that are watching, thank you very much.
Later, everybody.